In the mid-70s, everybody talked about schools, everybody talked about crime, everybody talked about housing, but the concept and the environment as being an issue that we had to address in this community did not rank in the top 30.
It became clearer that where I live, where I work, where I play was the environment that I live in. And that if that's not clean and that's not healthy, then that's not going to be good for me.
We just happened to be there at the moment that that spark was lit, and we were lighting it in our own communities.
Over the past 30 years, I've learned the power of one and the power of community. I know that one person can make a difference, and I know that one person connected to another makes a really important difference.
WEAC lets me not only have a voice, but it does also let me engage in action. It's my best choice as a voter, as a citizen, as an active participant in life to get involved.
WEAC is an organization that gets things done.
I lived one block away from the sewer facility that was being built, and that place smelled. We couldn't even open our windows because of the odor.
The emissions and odors were making people sick. We began an 8-year community organizing campaign to hold the city accountable for fixing the plant.
That, to me, was the height of what I call community engagement and the shifting of power. It absolutely emboldened us. I always describe it as WEAC was founded and financed by a lawsuit.
So many communities across this country, mostly low-income and people of color communities, are disproportionately impacted by pollution. That disparate impact is often because land may be cheaper in those communities, because voting is lower in those communities, because there is less political clout in those communities, and as a result, those communities are sacrifice zones and dumping grounds. We really understood that we needed an institutionalized advocacy system in our community if we were going to be able to hold government and corporations accountable for the health and sustainability of our neighborhoods.
When we think about the environment and how we engage the communities that we operate in and live in, it is about making it clear to them that the environment is about the places where we live, the homes that we inhabit.
I became a member of WEAC because I live in public housing and I was seeing it deteriorate before my eyes. It lets me engage in action with my fellow tenants, and it gives us a place to go to get objective information and to find out about things that affect us.
We have put forward some really powerful people. We have given folks some really powerful experiences that they have taken and done amazing things with.
I'm very proud of the fact that we are a strong membership-based organization, because really having that grassroots base of support is what's going to achieve environmental victories in this country.
In addition to our organizational work, our research, and our advocacy work, I think one of WEAC's greatest strengths is the ability to go from a position of confrontation to collaboration with governmental entities and officials to create policy and legislative initiatives.
The ability for communities to create change in their neighborhoods is directly proportional to the amount of organizing that goes on, to the amount of advocacy that they engage in, and to the amount of research that they do with the information that they have.
Northern Manhattan and West Harlem in particular has been changed by WEAC's advocacy because we've been able to engage so many residents one-on-one in these issues. Young people, elderly people who had never been in a march, who marched down Central Park West in the Climate March, who now have a consciousness about these issues, who now know that no, I don't have to take this because I'm poor and I've got to live with this condition. No, I can speak up, and I know I can do that because I've done it and I've seen that be a victory in this community.
We came together at some pivotal moments in our country, and here we are 30 years later, still driving that conversation.
What's next is that we continue to build this organization up. We have a lot more work still left to do if we're talking about building healthy communities and engaging the people who live in these communities in that fight.
I would like to see advocacy organizations like We Act in every neighborhood throughout the country, creating communities that are cleaner, where people can feel proud, where there is a park they can walk to, where there is some beauty.
If we want our communities to look the way that we want them to look, if we want them to reflect our values, our culture, then we actively have to engage in pushing that. All of those things say why it's important for us to act as a community. So we act.